All right, welcome back. How's everybody doing? Do me a favor, tell me who you are. Tell us who you are, where you're plugging in from. We're about to get started. Today is day 2 of this awesome boot camp. All right, based on some of the reviews that we got from yesterday, we know that this is going to be great. Welcome, welcome. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let me just make sure audio is good. If you can hear me, let me know as well. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, so we can get the ball rolling. What's going on, Natu? What's going on, Chia? Welcome, welcome, Maryland. All right, Natu, area Alpha. How you doing? All right, so do me a favor, hit that like button. Okay, what's going on, Coach Kevin? What's going on? Good to see you, man. All right, so yeah, we're going to dive a little bit deeper today. All right, you guys can hear me? You can hear? Yes, we're good to go. Let me just make sure that audio visual is good. What's going on? Let me see. All right, that's good. Let me just see here. Yeah, also help me hit the like button. That will help us ping some other people that need to be here into the room. All right, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. All right, great. Let's see. We have Derek. What's going on, Mr. Derek? Good to see you. What's going on, Auntie Shala? Good to see you. All right, welcome. All right, great. So let's just go ahead and get started today. Shout out to all 16 of you watching me live. I appreciate you for being here again. Tonight we're gonna start where exactly will we start. Before we do that, let me stop the music. All right, good. All right, so before we do that, let me just bring us up to speed. Some of you might be brand new here. My name is Ola. I'm the creator of My Empire Pro. I am the author of Digital Marketing Certified and a few other books. What's going on, Emmanuel? Good to see you, bro. Welcome. We have Farida is here. Welcome. All right, good. Let's see here. All right. All right, so let's just do a quick bring you up to speed. My name is Ola, like I said. This is my credential right here. If you want the full details, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes of that. We covered that yesterday on day one. I'm not going to go through that again. Today, I just want to get up to speed. We have the big picture here. Okay, we're talking about digital marketing and AI. Well, AI powered digital marketing, right? And if you notice something, can anybody look at this big picture? Do you notice something a little bit different from yesterday? Take a closer look at what you're looking at and let me know. Do you guys see a difference from what we had yesterday? If you see a difference, let me know right now, okay? There's a difference, okay? But I want to see if you guys noticed the difference from the big picture from yesterday. Let me know. Let's go into the chat. Let's make this engaging, right? Go into the chat. Tell me the difference between this big picture and the one you saw yesterday. Yeah, you might not notice it, but some of you might notice it. But I want you to take a closer look. Do you notice the difference between this big picture and the one from yesterday? Number 3 people. Well, that's what we're going to next. It always had the number 3. We just didn't dive into that yet, right? But tell me, this is the big picture. What is the difference between this big picture and what I showed you yesterday? This is what we're going to be covering in 11 days, okay? We're on day 2 right now, okay? But what is the difference between this big picture and what you had yesterday? I'm going to wait a couple more seconds and see if anybody catches it. If you catch it, let's see. Okay. Antishola says more explanatory. Is it? It was always detailed like this, but there's something that's different. Okay. All right. So if you want to know what's different between this and yesterday, stick around to the end. If you don't know it now, just stick around to the end. I'll point it out at the end of this session. Okay, if you will. I'll do that at the end of this session. All right. Good. Without any further ado, well, this is the big picture. This is everything we're trying to learn. By the end of this boot camp, you'll be able to master this You'll be able to do it. You'll be able to share it. Okay, you'll be able to share it. But let's just get into it. So yesterday I was covering pillar number 1. All right, and I kind of like completed pillar number 1. I showed you guys some of the results that our website is getting. One of them, right? We have two websites that we're running from here, and I showed you one of them, right? So, then we started to dive into the 3 pillars of digital marketing, right? So pillar number 1 being value, and together we defined value. Today let's go into pillar number 2, which is system. Okay, pillar number 2, system. Let's talk about system. Welcome, official Psych Savvy. Okay, I think Antishala picked that up. The community and culture, just a piece of that, a little piece of it. I'll talk about that when we get to it. Okay, welcome, Johnson. All right, so pillar number 2, system. Can we define system together? You guys, what do you understand system to be? Okay, system. What is system? Okay, to you, what is system? What does system stand for? Whenever you hear anything called system, I mean, you didn't think digital marketing is going to be any different, right? Of course, we're going to talk about systems here. But what do you understand system to be? Anytime we talk about system, what do you understand it to be? Let's go into the chat. Let me see some of your definition. What is system? Right? It's okay to use the chat GPT. It's okay to use Gemini, but if you're going to lift any kind of definition from those platforms, please add your own little jar to it. Let me hear your own understanding of it. Put that in the chat. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, put a Q next to your question. Start with a Q column and then put your question, okay? I will address any question I see at the end of the class, okay? We're only going to be here for 1 hour, so we'll round up this class by 9:30, okay? What is system to you? What did you understand system to be? Let me even help you, right? Many of you are already professionals in your own lives, right? In your present life right now. What is system defined as in your own present life right now? Let me see. I see some people already saying, I like this. Coach says saving yourself time, energy, and money. Wow. Guess what? I've never seen it like that before. But actually aligns very much with what I think system is, Saving yourself time, energy, and money, right? Wow. Anyway, system is like a process in steps. Farida says system is like a process in steps. Okay. All right. That's very, very close. Paul, welcome, Paul. Paul says a process of processing something. Okay. Now, I like this better. This also, the vibrant spot. Welcome, sir. The vibrant spot says processes to get results. Okay. So system is more so a series of sequence of processes. Okay. Maybe not sequence, but some kind of, processes that align together to deliver some kind of results, solution, right? Value, but it's usually a couple of processes, not just one, maybe not even 2. Usually a series. Okay, maybe not necessarily series, but it's a group of processes that work together to deliver. That's a definition that's coming to me right now. All right. I didn't do the cheat sheet yet. I didn't look at Gemini yet. All right. Talani, welcome. It's okay. He says, sorry, I'm late. I hope there will be an opportunity to go back and watch this. Yes, this channel is yours. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can catch any replays. And we don't plan to stop. I've been doing this on this platform for a while. We have 3,600 subscribers here. So we're going to keep going with the digital marketing leg here. We've covered a lot of real estate stuff in the past. Derek says system equals to a regimented way to operate a process. Another angle. So you guys may be lifting this from a place where they call it process, right? Anyway, let's keep going. Chinya says a system is a process or way of doing things. Okay, so process already sound like potentially a set of processes, right? So yeah, I like that. An adopted way of doing something. I like that too. That also aligns. But let me see what this thing is saying here. It, in its most general sense, a system is a collection of interrelated components that work together to achieve a goal. So it doesn't even have to be technology. It could be, I don't know, it could be, people have system to help them lose weight. People put system together for coaching you to lose weight. They might sell you a system to help you make money. Like they might sell you a digital business system, right? Basically some components that come together to deliver some kind of result, right? So pillar number 2, system thinking, system design, right? So when we're going into digital marketing, it's no different. There's no one size fits all, obviously, right? But you can take my own little system, you can carbon copy paste it, or you can tweak it around a little bit to make it your own, right? But there's so many things that go into what we call system in digital marketing. And according to the definition you're looking at on the screen in the big picture, right? Keep in mind that this is just a piece of the big picture, right? This is just the first part of the big picture. We just kind of enlarged it to make it easier, right? System is automation and tools for efficiency and value delivery. Can you guys type that into the chat before we continue? Automation, okay? Whenever I ask you to type something, it sticks better, okay? That's why I'm asking you to type it. Automation and tools for efficiency and value delivery. Can you guys type that into the chat before we continue? All right. So about that, automation and tools, right? Not just the processes. Not just now in digital marketing, not just automating the processes, right? Automation and tools. So you will need tools, right? You will need tools to help you, okay, to save yourself time, energy, and money, because you're basically operating against all types of forces of evil, of forces of the world, forces of competition. You better be delivering value fast. Well, not rushed, but value fast, efficiently. So instead of calling it just fast, we want it to be efficient, right? You better be saving time. You better be saving energy. You better be reallocating energy. You better be recycling energy. I'm not talking about just oil and gas. I'm just talking about in general, right? You better be optimizing processes, right? You better be tracking performance, right? Yeah, you better be tracking performance. Okay, so automation, not just for the sake of automation, but also to actually deliver value. All right, that's what we're talking about. Yes, so that's system. So you're going to be seeing more and more things around that. So anytime I bring something to the table and I say, hey, we're going to check out this new strategy, right? You have to be system thinking. Okay, you have to be able to check it for system thinking. Does it apply the concept of automation and tools, or am I asking you to do something manually, right? Doing something manually, is that possible? Yes, sometimes. Depends on what we're talking about, right? Okay, it depends on what we're talking about. But generally speaking, if I'm asking you to think about ways to bring some kind of solution efficiently and effectively to the table, you have to be able to, your mind has to comprehend, like, wait, how am I saving time, saving cost here, and how are we delivering value or better value but efficiently? So we might not think of it as faster, because faster almost want to sound like low quality, right? Like, hey, it doesn't matter, just deliver it fast. No, we're talking efficiently, because part of your resources that you have to manage is time, right? You have to deliver business value a lot of time when we're talking about digital marketing. So that's why we have to adopt system thinking, but also make sure that we're operating with a system. So even if you're tweaking the system, the new system is a new system is being born while you're tweaking it into your own new system that other people can also adapt. And then it becomes a new system, and then it becomes what you call technology as we know it today. Pillar number 3, people. All right, so all of this does not exist if you don't have people. Let me ask you guys a question. Put the answer in the chat. Where does money come from? Where does money come from? What's going on, Sam? Welcome. Where does money come from? Put your answer in the chat. Where does money come from? It's not a trick question. I just want you to participate. Where does money come from? Because honestly, at the end of the day, as much as we want to build a business that serves people, that serves humanity, that delivers value, and at the end of the day, revenue must be created. If you're not creating revenue, you will run out of resources. It's not sustainable. All right. So revenue must be created. It's that fancy way of saying money must come, right? Yeah, money must be made. And if money is not being made, you might even get fired. Let me see. Official site service say government. That's in Nigeria. In Nigeria, money comes from the government, which is why it's not sustainable. But that's another topic for another day. Can we leave that alone, right? Where does money come from? Yeah. Okay. We have enough people saying people. So even if we're going to say government, I think the government is the people in so many respects, right? So money comes from people. So without people, we can't, like, all of this is meaningless. So we have to make it the third pillar. We have to, even if you're going to have more than 3 pillars, or I don't know if you're going to add some other elements into this, right? Some people say the 3 P's: people, process, another P, promote, people, process, all types of P's and all kind of different formulas out there, right? But people must be a part of the 3 pillars, okay? Because at the end of the day, you have to think about audience, okay? You have to think about the audience. You have to take care of the audience. You have to have an audience that you serve, right? So one way we look at it, we say influence, audience. Influence is value. Audience is people. And the link between the influence and the audience is the system, right? Or you can think of it as value and then people. And the link between value and people is system, right? Technology, automation tools, right? Those 3 pieces has to be linked. That's the bottom line. So everything we do here on as we move into the future has this 3 elements in it, and you can use different forms however way you want to explain it. Hold on 1 second. But you have to understand that these 3 things will be there. Another guy that you guys might want to hold on, sorry about that. Let me pay attention here. All right, good. One legendary figure, okay, legend, you should say, is Dan Kennedy. His name is Dan Kennedy, D-A-N Kennedy, like the Jack Kennedy people, He's considered the godfather of direct marketing. The way he explains this is message, medium, and the market. The 3 M's, not MMM, but MMM. The 3 M's. The message is the value, right? The medium is the system, or we call it media, plural, right? And then you have the market. Yeah. In marketing, we refer to the people as the market. Audience, people, potato, patata, the same thing. All right. But these are the 3 pillars of digital marketing. So everything we do will continue to be built around this, if that makes sense. But let me see what, let's see. Tolani says, from people in exchange for your services or product. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Derek says money is energy exchange, reciprocity, got value provided. Yes, exactly. So now, since we're not just going to outright say, hey, people is the pillar, the source of money is people, right? And ultimately, we want to serve those people, make sure that they're getting value on an ongoing basis in a way that is also optimal for the environment that we find ourselves in. All right. When I say that, I'm talking about the digital era that we're in. The same function has been, true for a long time, since we've exchanged value for whatever, for other types of value, right? So, and then we start to have currency, right, in the history of mankind, and then we exchange for currency just to make exchange of goods and services easier, right? So anyway, I think I don't want to overflog that. You guys get this gist. I might just reference this from time to time. Remember the homework. How many people remember the homework that I gave yesterday? How many people did the homework? Right? The homework was to watch the video all over again, as the video resides here on the YouTube channel, right? Watch it all over again, and then draw this out on the paper somewhere and see all the different things that really rings a bell for you, right? Either we did talk a little bit about SEO yesterday. Where does that fit on this 3 pillars? Or like when you draw it out, where does it fit, right? So if you do this exercise from time to time, it's easier for you to comprehend everything we'll be talking about. Okay. All right. So, and let's see. All right. So let's deal with pillar number 1, value. Pillar number 1, value. All right. So yesterday we defined value, right? We said what attracts your audience: content, offers, solutions, answers, pleasure, relief, entertainment, education. There's a word here that could easily fit here into that definition, but that word starts with a P and it's not in that definition. Can anybody think about what word will fit into this right here? All right, it starts with a P. There's another word that start with an S that could fit here. Okay, if you look around you, you will see what I'm talking about, but I don't know. I don't want to give it to you. P and S, but they are not there. I want us to talk about why they are not there, right? So the definition of pillar number 1, value, says what attracts your audience: content, offers, solution, answers, pleasure, relief, entertainment, education. And there's a P and an S word, and they're not on this list. And it's strategic. And I want to know if you guys, solutions is there. We have solution on that list. But that P and the S word, they're not here right now. And I want us to talk about why they're not there, because this is going to help. Also, as you continue to build out your projects, your digital marketing projects, it will help you. Great. Product is one. What's the other one? Product is not up there and it's strategic. Okay, product is not up there. There's another word, it starts with an S. It's not up there. No, not strategy. There's another word, it's not up there. It would ordinarily align with the definition value, but it's not up there. Thank you, Tolani. Services, it's not up there. All right, now that product and services is not up there, can anyone tell me why product and service did not make it into that list? Osman says services, yes. Can anybody try? Tell me why product and services will not make it into this list, even though ordinarily, common sense, it should be there, right? Product, service, value, and because we already know that, it wouldn't be anywhere else. If it's going to be anywhere on this list, it wouldn't be on people, it wouldn't be on system. If it's going to be anywhere, it should be on pillar number 1. Why is it not on this list? Okay, let's work it out. I'm waiting. We're going to do this together. Why is it not on this list? Why are they not on this list? Product and service, they're not on this list of the things that attract audience. Try, think. Give it a shot. All right, BJ says, if there is no product and a service, there is no digital marketing. Yes, kind of, but I want to know why they're not on this list. All right, because what you just said is the reason why we should place it on the list. But I'm looking for a reason why we strategically removed it from this list. Okay. We also talked about this in the book. If you've read the book, Digital Marketing Certified. But that's a reason why product and service is not on the list. Anybody else want to try? Let's one more person try so we can move forward. Then then we can move forward. I'll tell you why they're not on the list. Products and services change, but the pillars remain the same. I kind of like that, but nah, not yet. Not yet. I like that though. Yeah, products and services change, but the pillars remain the same. But particularly pillar number 1, value. Why is products and services not making it into that list? Tolani says the value you place as an individual on product and service varies. Thank you. That is much closer. Product and services are more so, this is a product. I use this to clean my glasses, right? But maybe some people don't think it's good quality because it scratches their glasses. Some people say, hey, use clean water. Don't use anything funny. Don't use a solution, right? People come up with different things, right? Whatever, right? But value, we know for a fact that value is a must. And if value is as simple as product and service, all you and I needed to do was to come up with any product that you and I just like, we find value in, right? And put it on the market and need to sell. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, right? So you can put a product on the market. How many of you know somebody's story? They put a product on the market. They knew that there's no way that this will not appeal to somebody, right? And then once you start trying to sell it, it's like, wah, 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 wah. Right? It's like they're not interested. Why is it that they're not interested? I found so much value. This makes so much sense. Why wouldn't you want this? For whatever reason, they're not interested. Right? It could be timing. It could be a place where they are in life. It could be it's just not their thing. It could be they can't see what you can see, but it's not valuable to them. Right? So we know that there's a third pillar, which is people, audience, your audience, right? And we know that audience cares about something, right? If they care about something, your job as a marketer is to figure out what that is, right? And then you make that into an offer. And that should be movable. It might move in the form of promotions. It might move in the form of you package it together as a bundle, right? It can move in the form of you're open to discussing it so you can tailor an offer to their needs, right? It must be linked to some kind of need, right? If it's linked to a want, that's cool, but it's even better when it's linked to a need. Meaning there's a gap, there's a place, that there's some kind of, that's a word I'm looking for right now, that must be filled. I guess need, right? And that's when you're able to sell. That's when it's super easier for you to sell because you've linked that person to some kind of value, and because they've convinced themselves, or your product or your offer is really, really connected to a nerve, is filling some kind of need. You don't have to force yourself to collect money from them. They just buy, right? It seems easy. It's because you've done a good job at aligning their need with the product. So the product is not it's the need, the value. That's what becomes the pillar, not the product. Okay? Sometimes that's what we call selling, right? You did a good job at spelling out all the different benefits and how the features of the product is going to serve them, right? Sometimes you just do a good word at wording it in a way that connects with their needs, and then it becomes valuable to them. But product does not necessarily equals to value. That's the point here, okay? Product is not necessarily equal to value. People, 85% of the time, will purchase. Okay, that's what studies show. They will purchase from, they will purchase because of their emotions, right? They will justify with logic later, but 85% of people purchase because of their emotions, because they've connected emotionally. Thank you, coach. All right, so let me see here. Let me see what you guys have said here, because I think you guys are able to. This is going to become a part of everything you do marketing, right? Just because somebody said, "Hey, I think this product is going to sell," does not mean it's going to sell, right? You're able to like take a step back and like, what do you mean it's going to sell? What is the value in it for them? Did you do some research, right? So now we're going to talk about market research, right? Have you done some kind of research to understand what people's needs are? What kind of questions are they asking? What kind of problems are they going through? All right. Questions, problems. What kind of pain is your problem going to relieve? Right. So let me see here. Products and services change, but the pillars remain the same. The value you place as an individual on product and service varies. Yes. Products and services are necessity. So this will align with what BJ said earlier on. So their necessity, not necessarily. There are many products and services that are not necessity, and sometimes people will buy just because it satisfies an emotional need. They just like, I like it, I like it. Spare change, disposable income, but that thing is going to sit on the shelf in their house. Like, just look around your house, you see a lot of junk that you haven't used in a long time, right? And somehow they're sitting there, and when it's time to clean out the house, something is still telling you like, I might need this one day. That's your emotions, but you kind of keep it around. There's some products like that as well, right? Automation and tools for efficiency. Okay, you're watching slowly. Okay, let's see, because there are so many choices. So there's so many choices, so you better be connecting these dots when you're creating your marketing message. Remember Dan Kennedy, the great Dan Kennedy, message, market, medium, right? So when you're creating that marketing message, right, you need to connect those dots, that emotional dots. You need to connect it, okay? So I have another guy that I follow his protocol here to connect these dots. I will also teach you guys that. Let me see if I can pull that up real quickly. Okay, I will also be teaching you guys that where you can craft. I'll teach you guys how to craft a marketing message that just gets people to buy. Why? Because you've connected the dots. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be going through that today, but as part of this boot camp, I'll be going through that. This is it right here. This 12 steps right here. I'm going to go through this. We're going to go through this as an exercise. Okay. So start thinking about the type of business that you want me to use as an example. We might do a vote or something like that to make it the exercise on the day we decide to do it. All right. So, and this is how you connect the dots from your product to an ideal persona's needs, right? That ideal person, that person that your product is built for. Now, I just said something your product is built for. So even you might find that you don't have to build a product until you've done this research. That way you make sure that the product truthfully aligns with the need of the market, people, market, right? The person, that ideal persona that your product is built for. All right. That's the whole point of pillar number 1. So you really can't be talking about marketing unless we do this magic, unless we make sure that pillar number 1, like when you take care of this, that's why it's pillar number 1. When you take care of it, right, it makes everything else easier. It makes marketing, which is finding the people, promoting to the people, it makes it super easier once you make sure that you do proper research to build a product that the market actually wants. Okay, that they actually want it. Why would the market actually want your product? Because they feel like it serves a need. Feelings, not necessarily the truth of the reality, right? But they feel like it serves a need. Misfit in the marketplace is the number 1 reason businesses fail. Exactly, sir. Exactly. So this is what we're trying to talk about. All right, Tishola says too much familiarity with product and service, but need to meet their requirements. Yes. Okay. So there's going to be ongoing research when it's time to build a product. Research that goes into that. After you've built the product, the market is a moving thing, it's a moving target. After you've built the product, now you have to connect it with still the people, like make sure that the marketing message connects. So you start with how you build the product, but you also pay attention to what's trending in the market, and then you have to prove to the market that people why your product is the best fit for them, and your marketing message will do that. And your ability to tailor and design marketing message or sales letters that connect those dots is a big deal. Now, yes, you can jump on ChatGPT or Gemini, but I think everybody else is probably going to try to do that. So you still know what you're doing, because your outputs from the AI tools are going to be just as good as your prompts. Okay, the prompt is what you type in into the ChatGPT, but if you type in a good prompt, you generate even better quality in sales and marketing message. Okay, so any questions around that so far? If you gain a lot from that thus far, put a 1 in the chat before we move forward. We're still on pillar number 1. If you gained a lot from that so far, if that helped you really start to think about some of the product that you've been selling, I don't care if it's Google, I don't care if it's groundnut, I don't care, wherever you're trying to sell, right? All of it, right? You're going to need to craft a good, compelling marketing message around it. Okay? You got to get the people's attention. After you get their attention, you better deliver. Because if you don't deliver after you get their attention, your credibility is shot. It gets worse over time, right? So this is like an ongoing thing that you have to think about all the time when it comes to marketing, particularly digital marketing, because there's so many options. The noise is so loud. But if you can connect with the audience emotionally, you will win this game all the time. Okay, think about that product or service. You want it to be your own boss. You want it to build your own business. You have some kind of services you think is best for the audience, but you haven't really sat back to think about how your audience perceives it, right? You haven't sat back and thought about it, right? But now you know that this is a big part of what we're talking about. Every product and service out there that's winning, they do a good job at this. Okay. All right, good. I see a bunch of 1. That's awesome. Let's keep it moving. All right. I'm taking my time because this is what this is about. I want you to really, after this session, to think hard about this kind of stuff. So step number 1, when you're building out the pillar number 1, right, is market research. It says, if you can't see clearly, you can blow it out on your phone or your iPad. It says, identify audience needs, size, okay, and competitive analysis for others delivering same, directly, indirectly, similar value. Yeah, that's a lot in there. Okay, identify audience needs, right? Remember, we want them to want it, right? But we're kind of like going to start with a good foundation. You want them to feel like they need it. Like really, it's luxury, but they feel like it's a necessity. There's 2 different things, right? People buy all kind of junk, right? They spend billions upon billions of dollars on buying junk, right? Because they like, if I don't buy, I won't have peace of mind if I don't buy this stuff, right? Shoes, ladies, shoes. I always pick on that example, okay? Right? I need that. I need some of that, right? But the reality is that it's actually luxury. But who cares? You're a business owner, you're a marketing professional. Your job is to get them to buy, right? To make it easier for the salespeople to close the deals with your marketing message. So the first step is to identify the audience needs. How do you do that? How do you identify audience needs? Suggestions. Let me get 3 suggestions in the chat before I move forward. 3 suggestions in the chat before I move forward. How do we get them to, how do we find out what the needs are? Let's get some 3 suggestions, and then I'm going to show you guys what's possible. What is possible? Let's see. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Yeah. So let's get some. Let's get some. Let's get some. What do you suggest? How do we find out what the audience needs are, or what a persona is? Right. I'm giving you guys some secret already, just in how I'm saying it. Okay. All right. Okay. I love survey. I love survey. If you have an audience that you can survey, absolutely. But there are also different places online where you can actually buy the results of certain survey. You can also read articles, right, to get the result of certain surveys, right? So I actually like that. In the corporate world, you're going to see a lot about survey, right? Market research, of course, which is what we're talking about right now. Research, yes. Google, right? Google is a good source. Okay. All right. Ad. Okay. If you got some money to burn around, yeah, sure. I wouldn't do it, but if you've been operating for a while, you can use an ad to test out, to see how the market responds. If you have a big audience somewhere, you can actually run an ad against it and see if they're interested. So you can set up a poll, right? So, and you can see what people's interests are, right? So survey came up again. That means it's a good answer. I like that. Geography is a factor, right? That's a factor, definitely. Time, season, and search. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So let's do this, right? Let me go with Tolani. Tolani, give me. I don't know if you're comfortable telling me the product and service you're trying to sell online. I don't care if you give me in the form of a group or a group of products or a type of a business or anything like that. Or you can just come up with it and share one with me, and then we can run through that really quickly as an example, just to do some research here, just to demonstrate some research. I told you we're going to do some hands-on, so we're getting started small by small. Okay. Derek says t-shirts. I like personas. I like personas. Some of you are corporate heads already. I like personas, definitely. User observation, definitely. You guys are definitely, you guys are corporate heads. User observation. I saw one earlier. Where is it again? I saw one here that really, okay. Data analysis. There you go. Data analysis. So now you need access to data, but the reality is that you do have access to data, right? It just depends on how you're thinking about it. So Tolani says real estate services. Let's drill it down. So let's use real estate services, right? But let's drill it down a little bit, right? I do have a book, by the way, that you get for free. If you're downloading my book, Digital Marketing Certified, you also get this one, Real Estate Money Secrets. It's free, okay? All right, so, and we talk about all the different angles to real estate, at least in the United States, in this book, right? So let me ask you, which real estate service exactly? Can you, like, think about it right now. Now, everybody can help Tolani at this point. Think about what are the three pillars, all right? Okay, so two of the pillars. We're not going to talk about the system yet. But when you talk about real estate service, what value and what person, not group of persons, person. We're going to actually use personas, right? There's a specific need. There's a specific person, a persona, right? You can even describe it down to a T. That person, you can even say that person wakes up every morning and drink tea, right? Right? Or that person is struggling with a need. They have to move in the next 3 months. Maybe they're what do you call it? Rent, not rent. Their lease is expiring. The lease is expiring in 3 months, and they are in a position where they are trying to see if they can buy a home or something. You know, they're weighing their options, right? Let's drill down on the people part, persona, right? Persona, people, that pillar, and value. What is the need, right? Let's get that. Let me see. All right, sales to first-time home buyers. Okay, let's try that. So first-time home buyers. Okay, so first-time home buyer, right? So first-time home buyer, there's wants, there is need. Let's drill it down a little bit, right? What would be the need? Now you need to kind of communicate your services. the value that your services offer. Remember, we talked about that. It's not just the service, because your service, everybody else can do it, right? There's a ton of realtors out there. Oh, the last time I checked, the average realtor makes $8,000 a year, right? So, and then some of them make $2 million a year, and then some make zero, right? What's going to set you apart if you're offering this kind of service is your ability to really, really drill down on this persona, this person. There's a person that you can take care of. You might worry that, what about everybody else? No, my service, my product can take care of everybody else, not just one person, right? That's where you start to fail. Everybody else will refer other people to you. Focus on one person that you can take care of their need, because your marketing message is going to be built around that. And then over time, you build out from there. But we need to drill this down to a T. All right. So now, sales to first-time home buyer. We're going to use that as a quick research here. We're on Google. A person who is a first-time home buyer. Give me the different phrases they might search for on YouTube. Everybody help. Everybody help. What would be a phrase that a person who is considering buying a home for a first time, what would be the phrase they would type out on Google? Anybody? Yes. Let me get 3 or 4 or 5 people. Let's give some suggestions. What kind of phrases are they searching for on Google or any type of search engines? Maybe they're on Yahoo. Who knows? Let me open Yahoo. Right? Some people still use yahoo.com, right? For search, as a search engine. Maybe, maybe not. You know, Yahoo does quite a few things. What phrase would they search for? Okay, so Coach Kevin says, how to buy my first home. Let's give that a shot. Okay, I'm actually going to search that here. How to buy. Let me use this exact phrase. How to buy my first home. How to buy my first home. Yay. Let's go take a look at that. Okay. So this is the result page. We call this the search engine result page, the SERP. Remember, what we're doing right now is a little bit of market research. Okay. What did we just do? Let's go back to the chart, the big picture really quickly. What did we just do? Remember, the definition is market research. Identify audience needs, right? Obviously, we start with one, right? So we started with one, right? A need is somebody who is looking to buy their first home, right? So they're considering it. So at some point in your marketing message, you need to get them from considering it to they're serious about it. Part of our work is how do we get them from one state to the other. But anyway, we just identify the audience need, right? What about size and competitive analysis? Okay, good. Let's take a look at what we have here. So on this result, we have how many? Can you guys see this? I'm going to blow this out so you can see how many pages are providing answers for this question. Can you guys see? Type it out. If you can see it, type it out. If you can see how many pages are providing this search result, type it out. You see neighborhood. Okay, neighborhood is a good point. Okay, in real estate is a local business, right? If you're practicing real estate, and there are many businesses that are local like that, and you do want to pay attention to neighborhood, and what that looks like is they might put how to buy my first home in Woodbridge, New Jersey. That's where I'm at, right? They might put something like that, right? So, and you're better off going after that audience, because it's a little bit more specific. The more specific you are, the better, as opposed to what the conventional mind will say. No, let's just blanket everybody together. I serve everybody. That's always a big mistake. Okay. That's a big mistake. All right. So let's see. Purchasing my first home. That's similar. Affordable property in specific town. Thank you, Sam. That's what you were saying there. Affordable condos. Apartments for first-time buyers. I like that. Now, typically, when you're searching on the search engine, you probably won't put slash. So you probably don't even worry about it. You might just use one of them, and you might search them serially, one after the other, right? Okay, mortgage options for first-time buyers. That person is already considering mortgage options, so that means they're no longer at the want part of the spectrum. They are already doing some studies. They're thinking mortgage, right? They're probably closer to buying a home, right? Just thoughts. We're just brainstorming. We could be wrong. We're doing research, right? There you go. So yes, 31 million web pages, not websites, web pages are competing to answer this one person. 31 million web pages are competing to answer this one person. Think about that for a second. Usman said we're in the same neighborhood. Awesome. Let's see. Tips for buying a house as a first-time buyer. Yes, all of that. So back in the days, okay, I'm considered a little dinosaur in the digital marketing because I literally saw Facebook roll out their ads platform, right? And I've also gone through a lot of Google updates when they update their algorithm, and then some of my pages will drop out or some will rise to the top, all kind of craziness. We've seen those, right? So if you have questions, put a Q. I know you guys are engaged and you guys are learning, right? Put a Q, and you can also do that after the show because we'll round up this show in 4 minutes because we'll go on to talk about, day 3. Okay. All right. But this is where you start your research from. Let's go back to really quickly to the big picture. Identify audience needs. Size. We don't even know what the size is yet. Let me see if I can come up with some kind of size or something like that to show you guys. There's a tool called the Keyword Planner on Google that you can also. It's free. Most of this stuff is free, and most of the tools here. It really comes down to your desire. And also, like I said, my coaching service is $100 per month or $200 one time. It's completely up to you, right? So it's just a matter of your personal desire, and depending on what phase you are in learning this stuff. If you're trying to build a project out, you definitely want to be signing up for some of this stuff, especially majority of remember, automation tools, the tools are free. So you get to play around with this stuff, okay? Let me see. Where is it? I'm looking for my Empire Pro. There you go. All right. So I wanted to show you guys the tools that we have available here. Okay. Keyword Planner. So what we just typed into the search engines is what you Google call keyword. Call them keyword or keyword phrases, right? Keyword or keyword phrases, right? So there's a free tool if you have an AdWord account, which is also free. There's a free tool. Let me just type this out real quickly. There you go. Keyword Planner. That tells you how many people are searching for certain keywords, okay? And okay. Interesting. Let's see. Let me go here. If you have questions, type them in right now, or you can just type them in the comment later on after the show. That's fine. I'll catch them and I'll cover them when we get to it. All right. Sign in. No. Wrong. Sign in. Let's see. Okay. There you go. I think I could use this one. Let's go back. Leave. Stay right here. All right, good. So this is tool. So this, you can see this account is suspended. This is my oldest account, so it's definitely suspended. I've had a few suspended accounts over the years. This is part of the game. All right. So, but I can use the keyword tool. So what I'm gonna do is take one of your keywords. Let's use the one we're using, right? The keyword we're using is Tolani's keyword, which is sales to first time. No. Okay, we use somebody else. Okay, we use Coach Kevin. How to buy my first home. All right. So let's go here and type in how to buy my first home. All right. Start with the keyword, and then we're gonna click get results. Okay. All right. So Then it starts to get interesting. I'm gonna click this. All right. Is there a way I can bring this up? Hide this guy. There you go. Hide. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. So you can see at the bottom here. Okay. It's telling us how many monthly searches. How many people, can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. Let me make it bigger. Try to make it bigger. How many people are searching for that keyword phrase? Remember, we're talking about size. How many people? 100 to 1,000 people. Let me take out the comment from the screen. Sorry about that. Let's see. 100 to 1,000 people. 1K equals to 1,000, right? And so again, last but not least for today, we check the size. The size is 100 to 1,000 people per month, right? And then competitive analysis for others delivering the same. How many other web pages were delivering the same result? 31 million people are competing for 1,000 at most people for that one keyword. Just think about that, okay? This is why a lot of businesses are going bankrupt. This is why they're going bankrupt, because they don't do these studies. So is it worth going after this keyword? It depends. It depends on what phase you are in your project, right? Once you build an authority website, right, authority content management system, it starts to become less and less important to what keywords you can go after, because then you become an authority, right? You become an expert, authority, and trust, EAT. That is an actual acronym that was actually created by Google. Expert, authority, and trust is what they're looking for. If you're consistently delivering, they will rank you higher and higher and higher and higher. That's just the way it works. And that's also what the algorithms look for over time. So for people that come into a business and then they get out, they don't benefit, because they're always looking for instant results and they don't benefit. But the more consistent you are, once you start to execute, I'll give you step-by-step execution when we get there, right? But once you start to execute, the more consistent you are, the higher you get rewarded. Very simple. So we got stuck here today at, digging it a little bit deeper into pillar number 1, market research, okay? You identify audience needs, the size, competitive analysis for others delivering the same, directly or indirectly. Directly means they are actually selling the same thing you're selling. Indirectly means they're selling something else, but it serves the same needs. Remember, value is what's important, right? But they're serving the same need, right, that you serve, right? But maybe they're even delivering that value in a better, more efficient, cheaper, cost-effective ways. These are all part of the research that you will continue to do. So in that case, that keyword phrase, instead of how to buy my first home, buy my first home, instead of that phrase, you might want to say something like how to buy my first home in Woodbridge, New Jersey. How to buy my first home in North Carolina. You make it local, you have less competition, it's easier for you to rank. Then you take over your actual local area that most people don't even think about, right? Because everybody thinks they have a global business. You still have a global business. Remember, when people search for anything in North Carolina or somewhere in Alaska where you are, right, they could search from anywhere in the world. So it just depends. Again, it takes brainstorming to come up with the best solutions, so you can actually build out a very viable and profitable asset online, digital asset. That's what this is all about. Building out digital assets that will put money in your pocket or will put money in your boss's pockets. However way you want to do it is completely up to you. But you needed to understand it. So here's my suggestion for homework. Watch this video again. Okay? If you watch this just once, you're not going to get all of the benefits and the value in it. You're going to miss out big time if you're just watching one time. Watch it all over again. Okay? So right now, we're on pillar number 1, value. Okay? We're on pillar number 1, value. Now, here's the good news. You will have time to go watch day 1 and day 2, because we're actually going to converge here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. only. Okay, so you get to rest, you get to review the material, you get to also dig in through the book and see some of the chapters that really speak more to this, right? You get to ask questions in the group. Use the group to ask questions. Okay, if you're not part of the group yet, you can join the group at myempirepro.com/WhatsApp. It's scrolling on the screen right now. Okay, if you have a business, you're ready to go, you don't have a business, you want to execute, you want to start setting up, you want to use between day 2 and day 3, which is next Tuesday, you want to use that to actually start to execute step by step, you want to join the family, you can actually just talk to me first. You can book a session by just going to digitalmarketingcertified.com. You'll see how to book a session with me, a 30 minutes complimentary session, and then we can talk about where to start from. The number one question in all of this, the number one question is that it's either it comes in the form of where do I start, or how do I start, or where do I get started, or some kind of starting point. Okay, and because that's the one single point in front of you at the end of the day. But I hope you're getting some kind of value from this. If you're getting value from this, please hit a 1 in the chat. Let me know so we can round up the show, because I do have to go to the after party on Men of Prestige. Okay, but if you're getting value from this, let me know in the chat. Let's see, next class is Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday. We do this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I want you to have room to really review the material and come up with questions. Let's get going. I'm actually hungry. I'm hungry for some success stories. Okay. If you have a business already, perfect. You don't have a business already, perfect. Okay. We got something for you. Just talk to me. Okay. And then we'll take it from there. Okay. And our program here, everything is affordable. And, again, I don't charge for anything unless it takes my time, because I simply can't afford my time for free. I can't even afford it for free. So that's why. If not, why not? Let's build together. Let's become a family, a community, and build together. Now, I did promise you something that when we're done, if you wait till the end, which all of you were going to wait till the end anyway, that I'll talk about what was different. And I think Antishola caught a little bit of it. The community and culture is different. All right. The first big picture I showed you did not have all of this structure around it. Okay. All of this will fail without the stuff around it. Okay. Community and culture. Okay. So again, we're building a community here right now. Commitment and consistency. If you don't have that, all of this will fail. You will just be another statistics. Okay. Somebody will take your money and worse, or worse, your time, and you made nothing out of this. I don't want that to be your story. Let's start executing as soon as we can. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of product or service you're selling. There's a market for it online. Every single one of them, the first place they go to ask a question is like this. Okay, that's the first place they go. All right, and so we have customer service. Okay, and then we also have continuing education. This is an evolving thing. I mean, for crying out loud, AI is fresh and brand new, right? So it's an evolving thing. All right. So definitely, you need to continue to educate yourself, be a part of the community, be a part of platforms. I'll show you some of the stuff I'm subscribed to as time goes on. That keeps me on top of things. Okay. Shout out to all of you that says one. Ola, I have a one-on-one schedule with you already, I believe. Okay, good. I'll definitely be there. Check your emails. Make sure you check your spam for reminders and stuff like that, or just write it down and put it on your phone manually. Okay. If you set up a time with me, you don't show up, that is highly disrespectful. At least reach out to me 30 minutes, 1 hour before that. There's a change of plans. I'm flexible. You just gotta let me know up front. But if you don't show up, it's kind of rough. I'll forgive you, but it's rough because somebody else could have taken that spot. Because once you lock it in, it's no longer available to anybody else. That's what that is, and that's not nice to everybody else. So make sure you're showing up if you book any time. I know that a few of you have booked the time already. All right. So hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I appreciate you for being here. Please share. You know somebody trying to develop digital skills. You know somebody trying to pivot. Somebody scared that their job might be going away. Somebody feeling too disposable at what they do. Somebody looking for extra income. Somebody looking for a way to build their business out there, scared that this inflation is going to take business away from their table. There's only one source of money, people. This is the only way to get to them today. So if you don't figure it out, guess what? Your competition is going to figure it out. That's not a good thing, right? Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you next Tuesday. Talk soon. Peace.